Hello everybody and welcome back to another reading of Underdog. Today we got Season 1, Episode 5. Around this middle part of the season, I don't remember so much of what I've done with the story, so I am actually a little intrigued to see where I'm going with the story next and how I progress it. So hopefully it's good and it's not like the other episodes. No, I'm serious. So let's just go ahead and get right into this. Chapter 1, The Past of Time. Snow is blowing on a tall mountain with Atlas laying on it. Ugh, why is it so cold and... gosh, why am I on a mountain? Atlas tries to speed off the mountain but just tumbles down. Ah! Once Atlas reaches the bottom, he walks up to a neighboring village. Does anybody know where I am? I do. Okay, so where am I? You're in Alaska, bud. I gotta get to New York quick. That's a pretty long drive. I don't drive. And how are you supposed to get there? You'll see. Alice gets in his running position and tries to zoom off, but it seems his powers have been wiped. Hey, you want to come to my cabin? Sure. Also, you're in short sleeves. I don't feel it, okay? The man brings Alice to his cabin. Hey man, what year is it? 2005? I haven't even been born yet. What? Nothing. He hasn't been born in 2005. Oh wait, okay. Maybe. The man hands Alice a hot chocolate. You know who you are? Oh, me? Well, I just traveled here to Alaska, set up my cabin and live. Went to Alaska to get a big village. Well, a few years, and who are you? Oh, well, you see, I am a time traveler. How do you know? I know everything about time. They call me the Timenizer. I make sure the timeline is secure. So am I not supposed to go back in time? No, you are, but I'm going to make sure you don't screw up the timeline. Okay, so follow me. Timenizer breaks the roof and picks Alice up and flies away. Okay. So we're in Alaska right now, bruh. Chapter 2, Time is Complicated. I like that I'm not, forcing myself to fit the page with all the words. Makes it easier to read, too. Once Atlas and Timenizer get out of the house, they fly to an invisible ship and enter. This is the ship of time. All managing of time goes down here. Cool, so are you like the master? No, the dreamers are the head of everything. Earth, galaxy, Mars, and time. Mars? What? There's probably others, too, but who knows? No one, not even me, have seen any of the dreamers. Timenizer reveals his true form, a white cloak with no body and a clock as their head. Oh, by the way, are you a boy or a girl? I'm neither. I'm a celestial body, born from the stars and suns. Okay? Timenizer takes Alice to a room, an empty one. What are we doing here? You stay here until it's time for you to go back to the present, okay? Wait! Timenizer locks the door. I'm not staying in here for however long it's going to take. How could I escape this room? Alex looks around the room and sees nothing until his body starts to phase. My speed is finally back. Timenizer is watching Alice through an invisible camera. No! Atlas, here I come. Okay, looks like we're building up to some action. I like that we're building up to the action and not just throwing ourselves right into it. Oh, my keys. Alright, here we go. Chapter 3. Meanwhile, Alice is in Alaska in the past. Since Alice is breaking the timeline, things on Earth are changing. Dylan, the earthquakes are getting worse. Why all of a sudden is this happening? No one knows, not even scientists. It makes no sense. Well, how do we even close them? I don't know. It's not like we can dig into Earth and change the seismic levels to stop the quakes. You know, that's not a bad idea. Dylan, we can't do that. It makes no sense. The hotness of the Earth's core will scorch us. Wait. What, Nightwalker? Still, I can make a drill that could sustain the heat levels. I have a lot of future tech. I have a lot of future tech still not used. Walker, if you want to do it, you might want to hurry. Got it. Nightwalker runs to the workshop and starts to build a drill. But all of a sudden, an earthquake bring part of the lab down, making the three boys fall down. Ah! The lab starts to break more with the lights, elevator, computers, and other things breaking. So, there's no backup lab. Ask Atlas. Speaking of Atlas, where in the world is he? Who knows? Because I don't know. Okay, we got some earthquakes going on Earth because of what Atlas is doing. That's interesting. Chapter 4, The Backup Lab. The three boys lift up the rubble and try to recover some items from the lab. You know, now that there's one room that no one's gone in. There is? Yes, maybe that's a backup lab. Well, we might as well find out. The three boys find the door and open it. Dang, this is very small. Well, there's other rooms past these doors. Cool. Seal puts his elbow accidentally on a red button that says inflate. Guys, what does that do? The lab starts to shake. Guys, we're floating. What do you mean we're floating? So it's a blimp? I guess. Everyone in the city can see the blimp until Dylan pressed the invisible button. Okay, but how are we supposed to even get out from down there? That's a good point. Maybe we can, teleport? Wait, I have a plan, guys. What's the plan, Nightwalker? I could create watches that teleport us here and back. It's not a bad idea. Why is Nightwalker just creating everything, bro? I don't get it. Chapter 5, Juicy Explosion. What kind of name is that? At the laser tag arena, Orange Citrus breaks in through the wall. Who wants to experience some clobbering? All the people run out of the building screaming. Hey, big guy, who's there? Why are the lights off? Sorry. But before the team can attack, an explosion of orange juice appears and an old man walks out. Oh no, the spell wore off. The police appear and arrest the man, making it the end of Orange Citrus. What? Okay, first of all, why did that just happen so randomly, and why did that just happen so fast? I'm not even sure what's going on. I'm not sure why I did that. Chapter 6, Getting Back. Why do my G's look like big zeros or something? The Time Minizer is chasing Alice through the USA flying. Atlas, you have to stop, or your world will be completely unrecognizable. How do you know? Because it's supposed to happen. Time Minizer and Atlas both stop. You're right, it is supposed to happen, but I lose someone, my best friend, so you find different speedsters and wait until one does break the timeline. Look, you would do anything to save your loved ones, right? Yes, but not go into different universes to find different people. You wouldn't understand until you actually lose someone. Which you will, but I can't tell you because you'll do anything to save them. You're wrong, but let me go back now. Fine. But I will see you again soon. Goodbye, Timenizer. Bye, Atlas. Timenizer opens a portal by releasing a blast. Atlas walks into the portal, and once he gets back to the present, he looks into the sky and sees red smoke. What is this? Subsonic walks up behind Atlas. You see, when Dylan closed the portal, the machine kept trying to emit energy. So the wormhole released an energy so powerful that the sky turned red and walkers from the depths of hell came up. What? Bro, what? Well, at least the world didn't shrivel up. Yeah, it might actually be worse than the Earth being sucked up. Subsonic rushes off. So, this dialogue is really confusing with Timenizer and Atlas. What is even going on? Also, why is there just, red smoke and the sky is turning red? What is going on? This is a lot to digest, and it doesn't make any sense. Chapter 7, Reunite. Alice heads back to the lab to see it's destroyed. What happened? Alice walks outside to see his backup lab. He's flying by moving his arms so fast, pointing down, it propels him up to the blimp. Hey, are you guys in here? Yeah, and since when did you have a backup lab? I built it a while ago for any disasters. I'm pretty sure this is a disaster. Yeah, how did this happen? Well, I accidentally went back in time and might have changed a few things. You went back in time? Yeah, and some guy was chasing me through the states. Lightning starting to crack out of the red clouds. What is happening now? The lightning starts to come down harder and then hits the blimp, but instead of making the blimp crash, it makes the blimp charge with electrical power. What? Chapter 8, Finding the Source. Since the blimp is shaking, Atlas stumbles into a lever labeled Super Travel. Oh no. What does that do? You'll see what it does in a second. The ship enters a hyperspace-type travel until it stops and crashes into a red-colored mountain. All the members get knocked out on a red-colored planet with lightning coming from the ground. What is happening? Chapter 9, Problems on Another Planet. Nightwalker walks up and creates a circle of mini explosive bombs. Where are we? Nightwalker walks out of the blimp and wanders off into the planet. Steel follows Nightwalker off onto the planet and goes on the ground and smells the surface. This is not in our galaxy. So where are we? I have maybe a little idea. So what is it? We might be on top of the clouds back on Earth. Really? But why are we here? Like, why did the super traveler thing bring us here? Who knows? Dylan walks out of the blimp and yawns. Hi, I guess. Where are we? Well, my theory is that we're standing on the clouds that we're shooting lightning out. That's what you just said! What are you talking about? Alice walks out of the blimp, phasing uncontrollably. Guys, something's happening to me. Steel looks at Alice and comes closer. It must be the wavelengths of this land. It must be changing the properties of the speed force inside your body. So what does that mean? Well, we have to find a way to stop the lightning and get back. If we don't get back quick enough, then you'll be stuck like that forever. This does not make any sense. I mean, the end, but that might be the most confusing thing I've ever read in my entire life. That actually is very confusing. Because what do you mean they're in the clouds, but the clouds are red and what? What do you mean, bro? This does not make any sense. That was terrible. I mean, thank you for listening. But again, what am I even doing back in the day, bro? I did not know what I was doing at all. Well, goodbye. Peace out. Thank you for watching. See you next time.